What's up, Broncos country? Welcome back to the channel. Here to recap the Colorado Rockies beating the San Francisco Giants 11-10. Walk-off home run. Let's freaking go, Charlie Blackmon. Nah, I'm just playing. We're here to talk about the Denver Broncos hanging on and beating the San Francisco 49ers 11-10. So, let's talk about that. What a freaking game. This was probably one of the ugliest and dumbest football games I've ever watched. But we got the win. A lot of anxiety, high blood pressure. It was hard to watch, but like I said, we got the win, and all that goes out the window, and we can celebrate tonight. So, first things first here, I'd like to be thankful we're on a positive note in history here. The Broncos are the second team in NFL history to win on Sunday Night Football with a score of 11-10. Last time it was the Steelers over the Chargers in Week 11 in 2008. Those Steelers went on to win Super Bowl XLII. Not saying that the Broncos are going to do the same, but one of those weird ESPN stats. The defense tonight was amazing. They freaking balled out. They played lights out. I think towards the end of the game, it looked like they were getting a little fatigued, but they still made big plays, you know. They got the interception on that drive before to go the fourth quarter. They even got a fumble and recovered with, a little over a minute to go in the fourth quarter. Watching Russell Wilson in his post-game interview, he was saying that he thinks the offense is close. And honestly, watching this defense, man, they did not lose a step. Even after losing Vic Fangio, this defense came to play tonight, and they looked awesome against one of the better offensive teams in the NFL, in my opinion. I mean, they held them to 10 points. I mean, what can you say? I think the defense played good. The 49ers defense, they played awesome as well. But, the Broncos were able to come out towards the end. They just had one of those vintage Russell Wilson drives where he drove the team down the field and, gets the touchdown that's ultimately the deciding factor, Wish they could have converted on the 2-point conversion, but it didn't matter anyway because they still held on and got the win. He also gave props to that Broncos country, showing out tonight. He said it felt like a playoff atmosphere. That's what we want. We want the fans to come out, be loud, baby. So I was good hearing that. But yeah, it was electric when they scored that touchdown. Tonight, a lot of less booing. They were not freaking chanting the play clock. So I'm glad that they turned that around from last week and they were able to, actually snap the ball in time this week. No false starts, none of that. I thought that, in my pregame preview, I said that the Broncos need to, cut those penalties in half. They had like 12 penalties last week. Cut them in half at least. But honestly, they did a good job. They had a couple drives where, they had some penalties. The thing that made this game pretty hard to watch throughout was they had like 8 3-and-outs. That's terrible. That needs to get fixed right away. But, I think they definitely improved from last week, especially against a way better team. But they still got a lot of improving to do, But I like what I'm seeing. I have a vision here. It looks like they're onto something, but, we're just going to have to wait and see, sit here as fans and hope that it all comes together. I think the defense, though, got that defensive chain on tonight because of that performance, man. They were awesome. But like I said, that offense, if they can come together, I think the special teams were even pretty good as well. But if that offense had just come together and they could all get on the same page, because there was a lot of underthrows, overthrows. Sorry, Russell Wilson. They just click on all cylinders and eliminate those and connect on those plays. This team's going to be averaging close to 30 points a game. I could see it. Let's see what else we got here in the notes. Nothing here. All right. Let's recap the score. So, the San Francisco 49ers, they punted to start out the game. And then the Broncos, of course, went 3 and out. Nothing new. And then after that, the 49ers, they scored the game's only touchdown until the fourth quarter, making it 7-0. Just how they looked on that drive, they looked really good and made me a little bit worried. I was like, all right, we're going to have to chip back at this game, especially how the game was going. Like, this game was defensive. I was like, we're going to have to slowly chip our way back into this. Hopefully get a couple breaks here, which the Broncos were able to get a field goal. Came in the second quarter, but a lot of drives that just stalled. You know, it was it was some pretty bad football. But second half, they started out. Of course, they 3 and out, and they got the ball back, went 3 and out again. Like I said, they could just connect on some of those throws. They had a couple drives where third down, they'd have an easy, wide open first down. They just could not connect. It was Russell Wilson, Jerry Jeudy on one that I can remember. And yeah, so. But there was one thing that helped the Broncos out that was freaking hilarious, and that was when Jimmy Garoppolo pulled a Dan Orvalowski, and he stepped out of the back of the end zone, giving the Broncos a safety. You know, woohoo. So yeah, that was funny. But what made it better, he threw a pick 6 to Bradley Chubb. That was hilarious. You know, he stepped out back of the end zone, just hucked it up, and then Bradley Chubb catches it and gets to the end zone for a touchdown, but the safety came first, so that negated the touchdown. So that made it 7-5. It's, you know, basically a baseball game. And after that, really nothing was going good for the Broncos all the way till the fourth quarter. The 49ers did get a field goal, unfortunately, making the joke about Robbie Gould's kids having Justin Tucker on their fantasy team, but instead they picked him, or he joked about them picking him. They're like, no, we want you. There you go. You got 3 points for your boys, but did not matter in the end, as finally the Broncos score a freaking red zone touchdown. First red zone touchdown of the season. They were 0 for 6 previously. It's a process, all right? These guys still need to gel. We just need to be patient, as much as it hurts to watch. But these guys are growing every week. I think the defense is there. We need that offense to catch up. If they could just be on the same page together, we got something. And I really liked seeing that Nathaniel Hackett coached a way better game this game than the previous 2 weeks. I thought he managed this game well. They did bring in that one dude, the Rosenberg, I think. I don't know, but apparently he's good at game management. Former assistant coach for the Baltimore Ravens. That might have helped. I think that's what it was. You know, he's calling the plays. I think they had 2 challenges where they lost the challenge. They lost 2 timeouts, but other than that, they weren't taking stupid timeouts. And, you know, it just looked a lot better. It looked more of like a better, well-managed football game today. So, glad to see that. I'm liking the direction that they're going from here. Let's go to the stats real quick for the Broncos, the winning team. Russell Wilson, 20 completions for 33 attempts. He had 184 yards. It wasn't really a Russell Wilson vintage game. He had the one touchdown drive where it looked like vintage Russell Wilson. You know, he was firing, boom, boom there, boom there. You know, it was a good drive. Wish we could see more of that. It seems like we get one good drive per game, and that's about it. And the defense does the rest. He threw no touchdowns. He also threw no interceptions. So he was basically a good game manager. Javonte Williams had the most rushing yards today. He had 15 carries for 58 yards. Melvin Gordon, 12 carries, 26 yards. Russell Wilson had 6 carries for 17 yards. Melvin Gordon, though, hold on to the freaking ball, brother, with both hands. You had 2 fumbles today. You recovered 1. I'm not liking that. All right, we need to fix that. Cortland Sutton, again with a awesome game. Almost had 100 yards receiving, 8 catches, 97 yards, and he averaged 12.1 yards per catch. Very good, very good. Him and Russell Wilson, they have a very good connection, as you can see. I'd like to see Jerry Jeudy, be one of those guys as well. Kendall Hinton played in this game. He had 1 catch, 27 yards. Melvin Gordon, 5 catches, 29 yards. Jerry Jeudy had the 2 catches for 17. Albert O, 1 catch for 12 yards. And then Javonte Williams had 3 catches for only 2 yards. Other than that, that's all the receiving that was done in this game. The defense, though, this is where I got to give the game ball to. Josie Jewell had a sack. Mike Purcell had a sack. Randy Gregory had a sack. Bradley Chubb had a sack. Jonas Griffith with the interception. The defense was amazing in this game. They making the 49ers just look lost out there. I know their defense did the same to the Broncos, but, ultimately the Broncos held on there at the end. They got the 2 clutch stops with the interception, and then they got the strip, which caused for a fumble. I believe Jimmy Garoppolo early in the game had a fumble as well. He was not very good in this game. He had, I got to look at the stats for the 49ers now. Let's see. So, yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo, he was 18-29, 211 yards. He had a touchdown pass, but he also had an interception. It's the costly one that came there at the end. Jeffrey Wilson was their best running back, 12 carries, 75 yards. Their best receiver, Deebo Samuel. Yeah, he did have a good game. 5 catches, 73 yards, but my boy Court had a better game. Let's see. They had Kevin Givens having a sack. Drake Jackson had a sack. Harry Hyder had a sack. And Nick Bosa had a sack. So they also had 4 sacks as a team. But, yeah, they were stuffing the run. I felt like the Broncos were having to throw the ball a little bit more, but there was just nothing open. So that's why a lot of those drives were getting stuffed. So they had a very good plan going into the game. Broncos, though, like I said, they were able to get that one drive towards the end, make the difference. Really, the safety made the difference in this game. Both teams had a field goal. Both teams had a touchdown. So that safety was big. But other than that, man, I said that they got to contain Jimmy G. I think they pretty much did that. They didn't let him go crazy. He only gave up 1 touchdown to him. And, yeah, I think everything I said in my preview went as planned. Unfortunately, Barry Browning got hurt in this game. He got injured. He did not return. So, I don't think he returned at least. But other than that, that's really all I got in this. I love everybody who picked the 49ers to win this game, though. Bet y'all are feeling good counting out our Broncos, baby. Just watching the pregame, everybody freaking had the 49ers, except for one. That was Matthew. Forget the last name. Appreciate him. You're the only guy who got the prediction right. Hey, I picked the Broncos to win too, and guess what? I picked them to win by 1 point. I said 20-19. We got 11-10. Guess what? What's up, baby? We get it right over here. What's up with it? All right, but anyway, I think that's all that's going to do it. I don't really have anything else to talk about. Ugly win, but the Broncos can improve on a lot. Like I said, the defense was lights out. If they could just click on offense, both sides come together, this could be a really dangerous team. Anyway, 2-1 start to the season. I'll take it. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed the vid. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Other than that, stay safe, be good. Go Broncos! I'll see you on the next one. Let's ride.